right, ladies and gentlemen, special broadcast live from Las Vegas. Rob Savickis. We got him on. We had some technical difficulties last night, so we couldn't get him on, but we fixed that today. And here we are. Rob, welcome. You ready?
I'm ready. How are you doing, Art?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. We went through like the whole like floor plan last night. Talked about how excited we are to come to not only just Photo with Expo, but the MEX as well. How many attendees do we got? This is going to be record breaking, isn't it?
We're already over 4,000, so the final number is going to be, I figure, somewhere between 4,500 and 5,000 people.
Is
So,
that a
and that's
record?
actual, that's how many I calculated, not by daily attendance like some shows do, but basically by number of badges given out. So it's Moby Booth makes up 5,000 badges for me.
Okay.
And last year I put 1,300 in storage. Every year this we've run out of some of the colors of badges in certain years, uh, but I actually have in my storage unit in Vegas. I've got a couple of boxes of basically badges from previous years, and I've actually a couple of times when we ran out, going back 3-4 years ago when we didn't make as many badges. Um, I basically gave people previous years on the last day of the show, mostly exhibits only and all that. I gave people previous day badges and just told my security people,
Let
yeah,
them
no,
in.
no, those are good as well or whatever. So on the last day doesn't make that much. Actually, on the last day, any color badge is a good badge because all the main seminars and the parties and all that, they're all done. So,
It's going
but
to be insane.
I'm hoping we have that. We ran out of badges problem, which would mean we had over 5,000 people at the show. But I would say conservatively, we'll have 4,500 people there. I can't see it being any less than that.
That's insane. And like the hotel rooms, they're pretty much almost at capacity for the.
Yeah, if well, the way they calculate the hotel rooms is they give us a special deal that expires when we fill our room block or 30 days before the show, right?
Right.
Or it was a bit more than that, but the room block was originally supposed to expire on January the 25th, or
Hmm.
when we hit 3,100 rooms. They let us go to 4,100 rooms, which is a new record. I mean, last year we had 2,600 rooms sold. They let us go to 4,100, and they finally increased the price on January the 28th. But right now, if you're trying to get a hotel room, you're paying about double
Yeah.
uh, what our what our deal was. I talked to somebody a few days ago that missed the deadline, and on Saturday night is the expensive night. Usually, like even with our rate, it's $140. But he ended up paying. It was our rate was $140 with a $14 resort fee. He ended up paying $299 plus a $27 resort fee.
Wow.
And on Saturday night, our rate was $80 plus a $14 resort fee plus tax. So it's like
Yeah.
just with everything, it was like 103 or whatever. His price was $169 plus a $27, so more than double. Um, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I think. Sorry, Monday night was $119. Tuesday night was $109, and Wednesday was $119. But that's still a lot more than the 80. Like those 4,100 people that got the rooms for $80 got a good deal.
Yeah.
So it's
Even at full
and
price, that's not a bad price. I mean, if you think about it, you go to any major city like Philadelphia, New York, even like Atlantic City, rooms are
two
expensive.
ninety nine is a regular price.
Yeah,
You know.
so it's still inexpensive, and that's one of the greatest things about South Point is like it's affordable. Even at full price, it's affordable, which is what I love
Yeah.
about South Point. Well, one of the things I love about South Point. Um,
But
so that's
I'm guessing. I mean, if you based it on room, we would have 50% more people at the show if you based it on, the number of rooms sold. Because we
mhm,
went from 2,600 to 4,100. But it doesn't. I think a lot of this is the 8th year of the show. So I think people have learned their lesson over the last few years not to wait till the week before the show to book the room.
yeah,
So I think for that, and I've been warning people. I warn people all year round. Do not wait till we fill the room block and blah blah blah. And And we still, I've had 6 or 7 phone calls from people. It's
Yeah.
like, well, what can you do? What can you do for me? It's like, you said the rate was $80 and they're now charging me 169. And it's like, well, here's the way the hotels figure it is, once they have a certain, they give deals to people, like, to organizations like the show, in order to fill the first 80% of the rooms.
Yeah.
But for that last 10% of rooms, they're sold at a premium. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the hotel is full enough. You can still get the rooms. It's not like, they're going to say, "Oh, no, no, you're out in the street," or anything like that. But it's like, for that last 5% of the rooms or something like that. That's, the hotel's full. So, a hotel, like any other business, is there to make money, right?
Yeah,
So
it's a
it's
business, so I mean, you can't get mad at them. You can't get mad at somebody for wanting to make a profit. People are spending hours, time, and energy, and training, and all that kind of stuff, and you got to keep the lights on. And if we don't let them make a profit, we don't have a place to have an expo next year. Well, we will, but it won't be the same place. It'll be a pain in the butt.
we've been pretty lucky that they seem to like our crowd. So
Yeah, well, it's a good
they
crowd. It's a fantastic.
exactly.
As we talked about last night, is the vibe in this industry is just so positive. Um, and that's why I love it. I mean, I'm in both the DJ and the photo booth industry, and by far, by leaps and bounds, the I hate to say it, but the maturity level is much higher in the photo booth industry, I think, than in general than the DJ industry. So it's great. I love it. I love every part of it.
Yeah, it's a subjective call to make. Everybody has their own opinion on that one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
it's a good mix, just because so many DJs do have photo booths.
yes.
And like I said, I'd been a big fan of the mobile beat shows. There's 24 shows in total, and I went to 22 of them. So I
Mm,
was really familiar with. I missed the first one, and I missed 2003.
okay.
But I've been to every other mobile beat show that there was. And originally we were going to call this show Mobile Beat, because of the pandemic. And I actually I'd set up Mobile Entertainment Expo regardless. And we're actually going ahead with Mobile Beat magazine. So
Yes, we talked about
um,
that last night. I hit on that a little bit. So that's pretty cool. And so we saw the
so
post
it's
that actually doing the print version, right? You're coming out with the print.
yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, although it's coming, it's a collaboration between myself and Jason. Well, mostly Jason Walsh. He's going to be publishing it,
Okay.
and Steve Honeyball and Pete Holding in the UK, who have produced for the last 20 years an amazing magazine called Pro Mobile or Mobile.
Okay.
Um, and so we're basically going to be joining forces to put out an American version, which, in my opinion, I mean, that magazine, Mobile Beat, was a great magazine for, whatever it was, 30 years.
Yeah.
Um, but that magazine, it's instead of being, Mobile Beat was always about 40 to 50 pages. That magazine's 100 pages.
Oh man.
And we got so much talent producing this, that it's going to be a great magazine. So it's been a while to get it launched, because I mean, it's with the pandemic and everything, a lot of companies are still shy about making major investments,
Mhm.
and some of the companies had supply issues and things like that. But you know what? They're coming back. We have some amazing companies at MEX and, well, PBX as well. But it's going to be a great show.
So it's going to be print version. Is there also going to be an online version? Or are you going to do print only? How's that going to work?
Correct. So both will be available, but a lot of people actually like. There's just something about getting it in your mail and
Hmm.
having it. You don't have to be online to look at it, or if you're waiting at an air, you can take it with you to read on a plane or something like that. It just
Yeah.
there's something about having a print version
Hmm.
that can't be matched with the online.
So,
So
but will there be an online version as
it'll be
well?
online as well.
Okay.
Yeah, had mobile be.
When will we see the first issue, or when will people actually touch and feel the very first issue? Approximately. When do you think that'll
Uh,
happen?
the latest that I hear is we're looking at June. So
Okay,
it's
that's cool.
that's not a hard deadline, but that's the plan. So
Okay. So it's kind of like your benchmark, your roadmap says around June, which is good.
exactly.
Um, so there's been a lot of talk in the Facebook groups and some questions, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to ask those questions and get it straight from you. Um, One question was, when can they officially go and get their passes to the red? When?
Okay, so we're opening the registration desk at 5 p.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
So anytime we actually have some volunteers that help us stuff bags because we have 2,500 bags to stuff. Um, even though we have 5,000 people, my experience has always been you only need two-thirds the number. We might actually run out of bags this year, but
Hmm.
um, you generally need two-thirds the number of bags for the number of people at this show. So if there's 4,000 people at this show, 2,600 bags will do.
Okay.
Um, if just just because if you have more than that, not everybody. A lot of times you have like husband and wife that show up. They only take one bag.
Yeah.
Some people don't take the bags. It's like I said, that's just been my experience, the
Hmm.
two-thirds ratio. But I'm pretty sure we're going to run out. The other issue is actually getting the bags stuffed because it takes a lot of manpower to put together 2,500 bags. And last year, I think we ended up stopping. We tried to stuff them for 4 hours. We stuffed
So,
2,000 of them, and we put the balance out on a table and said, "Okay, you'll just go grab it or
right.
whatever." So a lot of shows have totally stopped doing the bags for that reason.
Hmm.
Just it's there are ways that you can put it together, but like I said, when you're talking those types of numbers, it's not easy. So
No, no, not at all. And I would help out, but I can't fly in until Sunday night, so I'll be landing around like 9:30 p.m. Um, but
but
yeah,
yeah, anybody that shows up from 5 to 9, and if we can get as many people getting their badges as possible, because I'm expecting a big lineup at 11 a.m. on Monday,
yeah, and that's going to
and
be interesting because if we let's take a look here at let's see if I got the right screen here. Let me add you in there because we kind of have your face there. People love to see Rob. Um, so here's the floor plan right here. Let me close this out. Let me zoom in. So this is it right here, folks. Like the registration here under the PBX entrance. So there's going to be kind of a logjam a little bit. So it behooves you to get to your Strong Women Conference and your master classes early, right? Because it's going to be a kind of
well,
crowded
you
in
can you
there.
can walk. Yeah, that's not exactly to scale. The hallway is a lot wider than that.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, there's a lot
they just we
happening
didn't want
there.
they didn't want to waste space on the screen, with a big empty spot or whatever. So it kind of
it's
got pushed together.
it's
But
not exact scale. But still, that's a pretty powerful part of the show right there, with the registration. The Strong Women Conference is right there as well. That there's a lot of talk about that. So that's I saw a little bit of that last year in terms of like.
Julie Martinez, yeah, she's been hosting that for a few years now,
Mhm.
and all I hear is good things about it. But once
Yeah,
again, that's Julia Martinez's show there.
yep,
Our master last year, we had three demo rooms occupied, so we ended up moving the master classes downstairs, and some people weren't too happy about that.
right.
This year we have a lot. We tried to get more of the exhibitors actually in the exhibit hall.
Hmm.
So basically, RCF and NLFX Pro, they really like their demo rooms, so those are back, and they have a few displays on the show floor as well.
The
But
master,
we put
I was gonna say the master classes. There was a question about that too. Is that included in your pass? What's the cost behind that? Just for folks that
yes,
it might not have looked at.
yeah, we don't charge for our master classes. The ones that we announce,
Hmm.
there's there's a few, like there's actually a group called Booth Mastermind that's running a show just before PBX,
Hmm.
and that's a total different entity.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're combining and they're having the show 2 days before so that everybody can come down to one place and all be in Las Vegas the week of PBX.
Yep.
But that's all extra. And Alan Berg is also. I don't know if he may have filled up now because we sent an email. he had some spots sold, but he's having his own master class of sorts for 3 hours
Yep.
on the Monday before the show.
Yep.
So those are not included, but we have whatever it is, 15 or 20 master classes that we have listed in the show guide, and there's no charge for those. They're mostly product based. You'll see, if somebody, they're great to attend if you use somebody's software and you want to get, all the fine details on it. The master classes are the place to go for that. They're not as big as the they're not in the master classes. We can put 100 people in there,
Hmm.
so they're not as big as the
The big
uh,
conference rooms.
we're actually, if we had to, we could put two. We doubled the size of the key pass room, so it's we're gonna have 1,008 seats, but if we needed to, you could actually fit over 2,000 people in there with some standing room and all of that. So there is zero chance there'll be any like capacity issues or anything in the master classroom, because half the people that get the passes, well, 45% of people get exhibits only passes anyway.
Yeah. So here's a little
Right.
preview. So yeah, you're right. It's a lot of its product. There's some good sales masterclass in there. Converting more leads, sales funnels, how to move your camera. Yeah, there's some really good masterclasses.
Yeah, it's a combination of technical and sales. So
Hmm. Um, so from your opinion, and I'm going to go back to the floor here. We have some interesting new vendors this year. Anything that pops out to you that that is different than what we normally would see at the Photo Booth Expo that people should definitely check out, in your opinion?
I mean, 360 every year just keeps on getting bigger.
Yeah,
So it's uh, Orca View is probably the biggest exhibitor for that. They have their competition as well, but pretty much everybody. The nice thing about Photo Booth Expo is that pretty much everybody in the business is there.
yeah,
There's very few, or at least 90% or whatever. I mean, if you want to go to one place that literally has demos of every type of possible photo booth out there, it's Photo Booth Expo.
this
We're
is the one.
trying to we're trying to grow we're trying to grow Mobile Entertainment Expo. If things go as well as I'm hoping this year, we'll probably add a second hall. There's another spot that we can rent down at the bottom of the floor plan, which is about the same. So we're hoping to double the size of Mobile Entertainment Expo, because we've got a
Mhm.
lot more. Uh, I mean, there's some amazing exhibitors uh, that have really upped their game at the show this year. I mean, Pioneer doubled their space. Like I said, NLFX Pro and JMAZ, they're back again. Um, we have Sony in the show. DAS is a new exhibitor this year, DAS. Um, and Bose is in the show this year.
Yeah,
Mixware. I mean, it is, last year was a little bit tough. I mean, we had some people pull out. Not any of these companies, but we had companies pull out because of the supply chain issues, and nobody was. We were just getting out of the pandemic phase of COVID at that point.
right.
So it's like things are still very iffy at that point. This year people are a lot more anxious to get back to business and try
Yep.
to not that COVID's gone or anything, but it's not in the news anymore like it used to be. So
Yeah, I'm kind of. I'm just. It's interesting to see. Like, let's think about that for a second. Like last year, I think people were coming back, and I go to DJ conferences as well. And to me, when I take a step back and I look at last year's just the sheer amount of vendors and companies that show up for the photo booth side of things versus the DJ side of things, when there's so many more manufacturers on the DJ side of things, it's kind of incredible to see that the photo booth industry was a little bit more anxious to get out there and exhibit faster and with more enthusiasm than the DJ industry. It's kind of interesting. And you can still see that here. We got Mobile Beat or I mean, mobile MEX to the left there on the screen, it's still just a fraction of what the Photo Booth Expo is. So I'd love to see more companies get out there. You know,
Sure.
me personally, Virtual DJ, Serato, the people like the conference in Atlantic City. You know, those two companies haven't been there for years. It's like, come on, guys, get in front of the people. I mean, people want to touch and feel
Yeah,
this stuff.
it's like I said, I've been going to these shows for 25 years, and part of there's a whole bunch of factors that come into this. Like I said, I would like to grow it. I'm hoping this isn't 100%, but I'm hoping to double the size of the MEX floor so that so it's closer to the PBX next year.
Right.
And for anybody that's complaining about the size of it, the complaint is relative to the Photo Booth Expo show floor, not I'm pretty confident it's 50-50 whether we are the large on its own mobile entertainment expo. It's a debate on whether we have the largest one or not. If you add in the photo booth side, I mean, yeah, we're like 4 times the size of anything else.
Yeah.
But just on the DJ side alone, I mean, this if you looked at the floor plan for our floor plan is bigger than the floor plan for Mobile Beat was for the last 5-6 years of the show. Ever since they moved back, uh, when they moved back to the Tropicana, their show floor plan was about half the size of what we have just for MEX alone. And then they had a
Wow.
couple of demo rooms on the side there. So for
Mhm.
anybody who's complaining about the size, it's like we are bigger. We are bigger now. We were bigger last year than Mobile Beat was for the last five. Ever since they moved back to the Tropicana,
Mhm.
and we got back pretty much everybody just because we did get a lot of people. The big change this year um, that is going to make the experience for the MEX people a lot better is that the MEX seminars are actually going to be in the showroom
Okay.
because
I
I
was going
think
to
one
ask you
of
about
the
that. Yeah.
one of the one
And
of
the
the
show.
highlights of the show last year were the two big parties on the
Yeah.
Monday and Wednesday
So and
night.
so for those who haven't or just terminology, the showroom is where the parties are, and that's right off of the casino floor, correct? Where it's
It's
like
off
the
the
night.
casino floor,
Yeah.
holds 700 people in there, but it's a much better um, it's a much better venue for having the DJ seminars, and you can relax. You can go get a drink at the bar.
Yeah.
You can learn. You can network a lot better in there. Das is going to be supplying the speakers in there. They've
Hmm.
sponsored that. Danny or Max Design
Yep.
is supplying. Yeah, right there. He's going to be supplying the consoles and the mixers and all of that. So it's just I think we've last year we just got the standard house audio in one of the ballrooms, and that was okay. But
Yeah.
if people if people suggest, and a lot of people suggested improvements and all of that, it's like, okay, get better lighting in there, and yeah, if we, I was looking for a sponsor for all of that, but the showroom, I think, is going to be the best venue for DJs learning in the history of DJ shows. I'm pretty confident of that.
It's
So
perfect for it with that stage. It's you've got like a dance floor because I know a lot of the DJ stuff. There will be some teaching of dances. There will be crowd interaction and games and stuff like that usually happens at these events too. Um, so yeah, I agree. That's the perfect venue for the DJ conferences.
I don't think anybody could ask for a better room for that. So
No, it is perfect because when you're in the DJ industry, when you're sitting in a like a hall, in a conference hall, it's just the vibe just isn't quite there. So you hit the nail on the head with this one. I'm excited about it.
well, I'm hoping, like I said, even last year, the 90% of the vendors were happy with their results at the show, so they're all back. There's always one or two holdouts and all that, but they were happy with the crowd. This year we have way more people
Hmm.
coming than last year, so
It's going to be
I was
crazy.
happy considering everything last year went very well, but this year is just going to be so much better.
So for those who have never come to Vegas, we kind of, or this time of year, we touched on it a little bit last night. which is wear sneakers instead of your fancy shoes because you're doing a lot of walking. It does get cold at night, so wear some, bring a jacket and some warm clothes. And the other thing I talked about is with the amount of people we're going to have at South Point, and if you want to eat at one of the restaurants, I highly recommend making reservations because it'll be tough to find a spot to eat. Are there any other things that you can think you would recommend to people coming to the show for the first time?
Familiarize one of the only problem that we have with the show is that we use so much of the casino that it is in all different parts.
Yeah.
So ask, don't be afraid to ask somebody. The main things you have to know is, where is the exhibit hall. Okay.
Hmm.
You have to know on day one, the seminars are going to be shared seminars between Photo Booth Expo and Mobile Entertainment Expo, and those are all in the ballroom.
Okay.
And the old joke is, like, if you're at the exhibit hall and you say, how do you get to the ballroom? It's like you go down the escalator, go down the hall, and then go up the escalator at the horse's ass. Okay. There's a big gigantic Benny Binion horse statue.
Yep.
Okay, it was a horse with Benny Binion on it. Um, Big. I don't know what kind of metal that is, but it's huge.
Probably copper,
And
something like that. Yeah.
I think it's copper, something like, yeah. But you have to go up that's the conference center, and we have the entire ballroom
Oh.
for the that it's the combined show for PBX and MEX. It's going to
Yep.
start off with Alan Berg. I tried to put all the heavy hitters in day one, the ones that people want to see. On the photo booth side, Steve Bleisner, I had to put him in on day one. He's been a regular speaker every year or two,
Hmm.
for years, and I get the highest rating. Like when we do out the surveys,
Oh
who
my
did you
gosh.
like speaking, who didn't. So he's up. Alan Berg, obviously, I mean, he's like the master when it comes to sales and marketing and things like that.
He really,
Um,
and he puts it in easy to understand little tiny packages. That's what I love about it. It's not like you got to sit there and constantly write a ton of stuff down. It's you can hit in a 5 minute conversation with Alan. You can just golden nuggets right there. And we were
oh,
fortunate to have him on the
exactly.
show. So, but I'm still going to go see him. And I don't care if it's a repetitive thing. If he repeats something he did in the past, it's
Well,
still going to be valuable.
he has so many different things. I mean, he switches it up all the time. I've seen him speak now a few times.
Yep.
Um, and I always get something out of his seminars. It's and it's one of those that you just to be honest, not every seminar is great. There's some that I've been going to seminars at different shows
Hmm.
for years, and there's some that I knock my head against the wall. It's like, really,
Yeah.
and stuff. Every time I hear him speak, it's inspirational. So yeah, we're very lucky to have him again at the show. So
So we've got party Monday night. Is there a party Tuesday night?
there is a party every single.
Every single night.
There's a party every single night, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We didn't have a Tuesday night party last year.
Yeah.
Uh, and previous years with photo booth, we started off with just one big party on the Wednesday night, but that was so popular. Then after a few years, we added a Monday night party, and it's like I said, it's the room fills up. People have a great time. They're sending all this stuff to social media. The big difference on Monday night is the DJ takeover night, which was basically Bill Jacob, Shani Barnett, Michelle Miller. They put out a contest to send videos, and they select the DJs that will be playing on the DJ takeover night.
Hmm.
Uh, and then
Tuesday.
on Tuesday night, uh, we've got the local radio station
Oh,
hosting same thing for basically Vegas and LA DJs. So
wow.
Fernando G will be also be doing a seminar at MEX,
Okay.
but he's basically promoting, and we're getting a lot more local DJs showing up because of that. Because I had that occasionally. It's like I had DJs come up to me and it's like, yeah, we have DJs coming over from Switzerland, and we have DJs coming over from Japan, and we have DJs coming from all over, Florida and New York and all over the world. And it's like, I live 5 miles away. Why don't I know about this show?
Yeah,
Right? So,
that's
but
insane.
you
Well,
can't, unfortunately, can't hit everybody, but we're working very closely with the local radio station to get more DJs out, and we're going to get a ton of them. So
yep. So we've got Max Design sponsoring the opening night, and then Tuesday night we've got Curator and PB Backdrops. Who's sponsoring Wednesday nights?
Wednesday night is Moby Booth and Snappick.
Moby Booth and Snappick. Okay, so we got that's great. So able to afford to get 3 nights, and then Wednesday night for the first time, I am going to jump in and try and knock you off that table, that poker table. I'm in.
That's
So
yeah, 7 p.m. Um, Last year I actually did pretty good in that. I, every year I go in. I usually when I play a poker tournament, I want to win.
yeah.
Okay, this is the one exception. It's like I love poker. That's about the only thing I play in Vegas when I do play.
Hmm.
Um, but I, I try to get knocked out because we actually have. I don't know if I should do this on the show. Um,
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. You can save it
no,
for in person.
we've got the PBX awards and the MEX awards, the
Yeah.
Hall of
Yeah.
Fame awards,
Hmm.
and I'm going to be announcing them tonight. I could go grab a piece. I was thinking, should I announce it here live and on air who the winners are? But
You do
I,
whatever you
we
want.
probably don't.
You do
Let
you
me
do
just
it right.
say it'll be posted. It'll be posted to the PBX group for the PBX Hall of Fame and the MEX Hall of Fame tonight,
So the
probably
winners.
around the winners,
The winners. Okay.
9 or 10 p.m. And
All
those
right.
will be presented. Uh, The PBX awards will be presented at the start of the party on Monday night, and the MEX awards are going to be presented at the start of the party on Wednesday night.
Cool. So breaking
And
news here. We got to break the news that at least you're announcing it tonight. That's kind of cool. So I'll take that. I'll take that as a win for today.
and well, if we how long of an interview do we have here?
I got
It's
as long as you need. I mean, I got nothing going on for the next hour.
Okay. I got to walk away for about 30 seconds. Okay,
Okay.
I will make the official announcement here at the show. Okay,
Oh, all
of
right.
the
You
well,
walk away.
let's not make it too. I don't want to. I will make the announcement of the winners of the MEX Hall of Fame awards,
Okay,
and
and that'll
for
tease
the
it for you to do.
PBX Hall of Fame, those will be announced tonight. Okay, along with the MEX.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
but here it is, official breaking news. Okay, here we go.
Official breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that. We're gonna have the winners
Okay,
of MEX announced live, the Hall of Fame awards, and then tonight Rob's gonna announce on his own the winner of the photo booth uh, awards. So let's have
it'll
it.
be
What do we got?
posted. Okay, so we had 7 people that basically our committee decided we're going to be starting off without voting or anything like that. And those are Dr. Drax, Ryan Berger, Dennis Hampson, Bob Lindquist, Mike Bonacorso, John Young, and Bruce Kessler. Okay, so and then we added 8 more names. So it's going to be 15 inductees for the MEX Hall of Fame this year and 15 for the PBX Hall of Fame.
Wow.
After after this year, we're going to reduce it to 12, I think, a year. So
Okay.
um, okay, so this is a combination of who had the highest votes, along with there was a qualification of you have to be in the industry for at least 10 years. A couple of people that actually got good votes didn't meet that qualification. And we also reserved the right. It's not just, yes, it's a popularity contest to some degree, but we use we actually select the winners based on what we see in the voting. So it's not
Okay.
a guarantee. The person with the highest number of votes is necessary. We're not guaranteeing that's going to be the winner. Okay, but we use it as a guide. So
So
we
it's
go
kind of
through it
like
and basically,
Yeah, so it's kind of like America's Got Talent, right? So, but reversed because the judges pick first who's going to be in it, but then later on, it's really the crowd favorites that advances to the rounds of the winner. So you've reversed that and said, okay, give us the popularity contest first, and then we're going to have kind of a judges rule to pool who's really the winners for this year. Correct?
yeah, because we have, it's combination popularity contest and who's actually the most deserving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Love it. All right, let's have it.
so so anyway, the additional eight winners were Mike Walter, Ben Stowe, Sean McKee, Dan Blankowski, Shaney Barnett, Randy Bartlett, Mike Walter, and John Ross.
So Mike Walter won twice. I'm,
Hold on. One, two, three, four. Okay, let me. This is why I should have.
oh, this is great. This shows how real it is. This is how it is, man.
Okay, um, one more, one more winner because I was talking with this with the committee, and we were going to make Ray Martinez.
Oh,
We
nice.
were going to make him the first winner of next year, and he was going to be like an honorable mention this year. But you know what, Mike Walter is in there twice.
Well, he's deserving. Like he's been in the industry for like 20 years plus. So why not give him two awards? Mike, you won twice.
So this is why I didn't want to do it. Because I would have caught that mistake if I didn't do it live.
Hey, this
But
is a real show. This is not scripted. That's what I love about doing this. So, and people love that too. It's genuine, Rob. Come on. It's perfect. But we got winners. And you know what? Somebody just commented, just being on the list is an honor. And that's true. You know, not everybody's going to win every year, but you're being honored, just being mentioned. It's fantastic. So, yeah, that's what I love about it. So, wow, those are some big winners
so
there.
anyway, in its correct format, it will be posted tonight. When I've actually got an entire day worth of I have things that I have to take over from the storage unit for the show over to Las Vegas Expo to deliver on Sunday. I'm actually picking up the show guides in a couple
Okay.
hours. I'm heading over to the printer.
Yeah.
I've got a whole bunch of I've got like seven things on my to-do list that I have to run around Vegas and just get ready for the show. And once that's, I actually forgot to book a hotel. Well, I didn't forget, but I had an oversight because we have certain show staff and all of that that are supposed to get rooms that I promised rooms to somebody, and I forgot, so I got to run over to South Point and fix that. And
You are the
whole,
bus-
whole bunch of stuff. But when I get back to my hotel room tonight, I will I will post the winners on that and the PBX side, and
That's fantastic.
I'll double check on the PBX side to make sure. I I got to see when I sent it to the committee to go through. That I actually was it just on this piece of paper that I might wrote Mike Walter by mistake twice, or did I actually did
Aren't
nobody
you glad
catch
we
that?
did that? Aren't you glad we did that? Because you might have accidentally posted it later tonight. It's like, wait a minute. So it's a good thing. Rob, you're the businessman in Vegas right now, and from me and Dave's not here. This is kind of unscripted for everybody. Rob and I just kind of said, hey, let's do it. All right, we're doing it. From me and Dave, and I think everybody else out there, thank you so much for all that you're doing. It hopefully it's not a
Well,
thankless job for you. I mean, we love it.
thank
This wouldn't be happening without you.
thank you for the support. I mean, that's a great thing you guys are doing with Photo Booth Magazine, and anything that anybody does to help the industry is a good thing. And like I said, the photo booth industry right now is very strong, and I hope for years, it'll only get stronger. And I've loved to see over the last 8 years. I mean, when we in 2015, enclosed booths were pretty common at that point.
Hmm.
Now they're looked at as retro.
Yeah,
you know,
vintage.
um, It's like mirror booths were just introduced. I mean, now they're huge. 360s pretty much, um, you know, ballooned through the pandemic,
Hmm.
which is, I mean, it's kind of interesting how, I mean, it was photo booths that first took, I mean, yes, photo booths were invented in 1926,
Yeah.
or the mall photo booths or
Hmm.
whatever. So they've been around for almost 100 years, but the current industry that we know with the digital prints. Um, I think back in the day, yeah, in the 1960s, you'd go to Kresge and go into your photo booth. The chemical prints were a lot harder to do and harder to manage. And then we had new software coming out. I think Breeze started it all in the early 2000s, and then now there's a number of really good ones um, out there um, that are all competing, and it for some reason it was like during the recession of 2008 2009 photo booths just took off, and
Yeah.
for some weird reason during the pandemic 360s just took off.
Yeah.
They had been around for a few years as well, but
Hmm.
just but they weren't as predominant as they are now, and it's been interesting to see the evolution of the business.
It is. It's gonna be interesting to see what comes out of this show, because it seems that there's always a buzz about something new every year. I'm putting my bets on the audio guest book as like the new add-on,
I
for DJs and photo booths. You've got a few vendors that are showing up at the show, so we'll be able to see a few different variations and options at that. And just like you talked about software being Breeze is the first, and last night we talked about some people use Darkworm. It's really you use what tools you're most comfortable with and what gets the job done for the experience that you're selling. So there's so many options, but there's a place for all of them, which is fantastic. That's what I love to see, all the different options at the expo.
that's the one thing, is it's the one place you can actually, I mean, sure, you can go research online like anybody can, but to actually meet the creators of Breeze software, the Breezes, Chris and Sue Breeze.
Yeah,
It's something that a lot of people enjoy. We've been using, they've been using their software for 20 years, and they finally get to meet them and everything. Like
yeah,
it's
that's a good
it's a good
point. Yeah.
experience.
So and the
And same with
manufacturers get
Wally
along.
Carnes on the dark room. Joe, who's the technical support for Spark Booth, is there every year. Like I said, it's just the whole community just works together very well, and the
Yeah.
industry just elevates itself every year. So
Yeah. Again, you use what's best for you, what's good for your experience. And there's an actual comment here that echoes exactly what we're talking about. The best photo booth software is the one that you are comfortable using. It has the features that you need, and you get good support. Absolutely, 100%. Couldn't have said it better.
yeah, no, they all have their benefits. They all,
Mhm.
like I said, that's try it, and some of them, the best thing you can do is actually see what they do at the show and what you're comfortable with. And same
That's
thing with photo booths. I mean, we have, I think, in excess of 30 manufacturers at the show, so
crazy.
you have a
Kid in
lot
the
of
candy store.
choice, and it's what are you comfortable with, and who are you comfortable with.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be a kid in the candy store like the rest of us. So, Rob, I know you got a lot of stuff that you got to do. Is there any final words you want to say before we let you go and continue being the busiest man in Las Vegas today?
Well, I just look forward to meeting everybody. I'll be checking in on Friday, so if anybody wants to, if exhibitors want to stop by on Saturday, they're more than welcome to. I'd like to. We can't, because it's all done with. We can't start handing out the actual badges till Sunday night at 5 p.m. because it's all done with the
Yeah.
computers, and they're not arriving till Sunday. But if exhibitors want to come and pick up their packages and all of that. I'm hoping to have those ready anytime on Saturday. So
Yeah. And once
I will.
again, for those out there who have any questions, we've got photoboothexpo.com. That's where you can find all the information about Photo Booth Expo. There's also Mobile Expo as well.
MobileEntertainmentExpo.com.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mobileentertainmentexpo.com. Folks, we'll see you in Las Vegas next week. Rob, can't wait to see you. And again, like I'm going to say, I'm going to try and knock you off that poker table.
Likewise. And
All right.
thank you for allowing me to announce the winners here
Oh,
live
it was an honor.
live on your show. All
Thanks,
right,
Rob.
have a good one.
See you soon.